What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? This is the Sugarhill Gang Podcast, and I am your host, and I am joined by some of my brothers and my family and my boys and my soldiers in the struggle. Ladies and gentlemen, we got them, the T Dynasty. So what's up, T? What's up, T Dynasty?
Huh?
Hey, go away. Go away. Say what's up, T. Hen Diggity, Hen Diggity, Hen Diggity. Dig Diggity. What's up, my dog?
I'm good, my brother. I'm here.
And dog, the man, the myth, the legend. And ladies and gentlemen, today we have this is now wait a minute. I gotta say this now. Like I said, we talked about this, but I did my work on this cat too, you know. And this is one of them guys. I'm looking forward to talking to him because he's got so much to offer to the real aspect. Ladies and gentlemen, R.A. Rugged Man. Is that right? Is I said it right?
Of course you did, man. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Master G? What's up, the Sugarhill Gang? This is crazy, man. I'm honored to be here with you guys, man. So rest in peace, Hank, of course, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, always.
Yeah.
Mike sends his love. Mike sends his love. Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought I was waiting to meet Wonder Mike. I'm like, where's Wonder?
Well, Mike and I are like two sides of a coin, okay? And what I mean by that is, like, when it comes to like personal appearances and cordialness, and Mike is the guy. He's like the light, you know. But when it comes to like kind of like hosting stuff and, you know, getting in the camera and all that kind of other stuff, it's kind of like my thing. So we're like two sides of a coin when it comes to that. So so he speaks through me and I speak through him. Yeah. And we've been together now. This will be our 41st year as being best friends, brothers, you know, the beginning of this thing. And we've only in 41 years have had two arguments. And one of them was because he thought somebody was treating me better than him.
Yeah, I could barely keep a friendship for 41 days. You guys,
trust me.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing.
Well, your punch skills is on, boy. There was some heavyweights now. They don't usually let people float where they ain't supposed to be floating at. And you got some deep company now, fam. Now, I mean, that means that you on that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I rang the bell for you.
Thank you.
Well, here's the thing. We were talking kind of before the show started, and you know what's interesting about you, man, is that you know beyond this commercial thing. And again, I've been fortunate enough to see this from the actual beginning, the first beat, the first, you know, like I tell everybody, I'm the first of my kind. Period. Point blank. I mean, before it was street and then it was us, you know what I mean? It was New York and then it was us, period. So, you know, I've seen the levels of this thing progress, and, you know, a lot of people don't understand sometimes the pureness of actual just flowing, you know what I mean? Like just getting into, you know, rocking and not being caught up in, you know, the trappings of, you know, I want to be on television and I want to drive a Maserati or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate, you know, how your rise, man. Talk to us about that. Well, but before I get to that, hold that thought, because we ask everybody this. Everybody that comes on our show, we ask them, what's your Rapper's Delight story? What's your first time that you ever heard Rapper's Delight? What was it? Talk to us. Where were you, etc. You know, go.
You know, okay, let me think about it. I was it's crazy. My mother used to ship me over to Germany for the weekends. My father was in New York and my mother was from Germany. So not for the weekends, for the summers, she'd fly me over to Germany. So It's a weird story. A lot of the first rapping I heard, I'd be over in Germany and put on the radio. And before, you know, because I'm a little younger, the first rap song I heard wasn't even a rap song. It was that 19, that Paul Hart, you know, 19, he was only 19, you know, it wasn't rapping, but it had like a rap beat. And then the first rap song I heard was New York, big city of dreams. You know, because I was over in Berlin. I was over in Germany, and I was like, oh, they're talking about where I'm from, you know? And then after that, I would put the same station on, and then you know, what you hear is not a test. And I was like, well, you know, and that your record even probably was 82, 80. I know your record came out 79, 79, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is probably, I'm talking, I heard it for the first time, 82, 83 when I was a
That's
little
fine.
kid, you know? So yeah, this was probably around 83, 82. And boom, boom. And it was still getting played all the time. And I put it back on and then that record would come on. And this was like 3 years after it dropped. I was a kid. I didn't know when it dropped and it was still playing. And then of course, when the roller rinks got hot, they stayed hot in the 80s even, I know they was hot in the 70s, but in the 80s, when I was a kid, you go to the roller rinks, there was a place called Good Skates. And of course, all the time, Rappers Delight. And I would go there to play the video games. Everybody else would skate. I would be like the guy on the rail. I didn't really skate good. So I played the video games and Rappers Delight be playing in the background. So that's my Rappers Delight. I think I heard it the first time in Germany. And then when I heard it a lot was every weekend when we went to the roller rink. Boom, 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 to be on in the roller rink. Every single weekend,
Okay, now give us a breakdown. What was your transition into rapping? Because I mean, you got a wealth of information when it comes to this, man.
Yeah, well, because I studied the past, a lot, like because I didn't just what's hot at the moment type of thing, because there's so much you could learn from the past and the future. It's like some people take Rappers Delight and go, it's simple lyrics, but they don't understand that it's also performance and articulation and clarity and vocal performance. And you can learn that from listening to Sugarhill Gang records and stuff like that, where people think like, oh, if it's not complex, multi-syllable, it's like, yo, which one is rocking a stadium? The well-articulated, verbal skill or the intricate pen game, like there's two styles, and then later after you guys, the Run DMCs, those were stadium records. They weren't intricately woven rhyme in every way. They were party rocking. And as you guys know, even better than me, the beginning of hip hop wasn't about records yet. It was about show rocking, So that was the craft of hip hop, was show rocking. And then you guys made records into fucking records. What you hear is not a test for forever and ever. The lyrics forever. Yeah,
baby.
Yep.
Do you do the production on your joints?
Well, my engineer says I do, because a lot of times kick and snare and a bass and a sample, and then I bring in musicians and orchestras and
I would say you do that, bro.
So a lot of the time he'd be like, "Why aren't you the producer of this?" I'm like, "Yeah, because he made the beat." But hip hop, they credit things differently. Like now in Sugarhill Gang days, I guess it was credited different as well.
Yes.
Now they basically, if the beat maker made it, he's labeled a producer and a lot of but I do a lot of production. Yeah, I do a lot. That's why my albums.
You do anything else?
No, I arrangement and invite everybody in and put everything where it goes, and a producer role type.
Yeah, exactly. That, like I said, again.
Yeah,
you do.
Rob, how did you get your name, the Rugged Man?
Well, it was an accident. My father named me R.A. when I was a little kid. It was my middle name, Richard Andrews. So he said R.A. So before rapping, he called me R.A. around the house. And then I had a demo tape. It was called The Rugged Man. It was, I think I was like 16, 17. It was called The Rugged Man. And it kind of started getting a buzz at the record labels. And then I would call the A&R. You remember how you had to call record labels and shit, and it's not like emails? Yeah. So I'd call and I'd be like, yo, and who is this? I'm like, it's R.A. And they'd be like, who? And I'm like, R.A. Like, the Rugged Man? Is this the guy with the Rugged Man tape? I'm like, yeah, Rugged, R.A. the Rugged Man. So it just happened kind of by R.A. the Rugged Man, R.A. the Rugged Man. And then people started, oh, that's R.A. the Rugged Man. I'm like, yeah, it's R.A. with the Rugged Man tape, but it's R.A. the Rugged Man.
What does R.A. stand for?
It was my middle name, Richard Andrew. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I also want to say, man, that
he froze up.
Can relate to the song that you wrote, and about your father, being in Nam with the whole Agent Orange and all that.
Oh, you heard that one, yeah.
Yeah. I love that record, man. Yo, the lyrics on there was tight, man. I mean, I definitely can relate because, my family, you know, I come from a military family as well, and
don't anybody go anywhere. I'm going.
Served in Vietnam.
Keep talking, Henry.
And I lost one of them to Agent Orange, so I can definitely relate to where you're coming from with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was the one that actually introduced me to music.
Wow.
Yeah, my uncle Dennis. Yeah, man, I lost him to Agent Orange. When he
Wow.
came back from Nam, he never was the same, yo.
Yeah, that's what it does to some people. And yeah, it's 100% true story. My father, they flew him over to all these, enemy territories to bring troops out. And our government, they say that United States don't poison, only Assad poisons its own, but, United States government throwing in poison chemicals and sending the soldiers in right where the poison chemicals are. And as I don't know if you know how deep it goes. My father was sick. But not just my father. Is that echoing on your end?
We can hear it.
You sound fine.
Okay, cool.
You good, yeah.
Yeah. So what happened was sister, she was born, she couldn't walk or talk or see. She was blind from the Agent Orange.
Oh my God.
And then she lived, they said she'd live 10 days, but she lived 26 years, but she never could walk or talk. And then they said, oh, but it's 1 in a million. It's 1 in a million, So then my brother was born 10 years after her, and he couldn't walk or talk, and he was blind. So, 1 in a million, but then that happened, Wow. And this is all the United States government poison its own people and send them back into society. And then my older sister, who was born healthy, she was born before me, obviously, my older sister. She had a healthy baby boy, supposedly. And then 2-3, when he was born, she was like, there's something strange. And the doctors, he's a beautiful baby boy, he's good. And then about 3 months in, they said, oh, you're right, he's got something wrong. It's called Wenninger-Hoffman syndrome, and he's gonna die. So his body just got weaker and weaker and weaker, and then he died at 6 months old. And that was all, and you Google that, and there were certain cases that were Agent Orange related from Wenninger-Hoffman syndrome. So yeah, we lost 3 babies, not babies, a 6-month-old, a 10-year-old, and a 26-year-old. And my father died of cancer, which some people say, accelerates from Agent Orange exposure.
Yeah.
But that said, that's my father smoked a lot too. But the 3 kids, we lost 3 of our children from that. So that song, that's why like a lot of people give it high accolades and this and that, because it's all truth, And
it's all truth. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, man.
Shout out to Hank. I wanted to just put that up there. That's me. That's Mike. And then wait.
There you go.
There you go.
I had to lighten the moment because it's getting tough, man. It's getting tough.
Yeah.
That's some real stuff, baby.
Yeah.
Yo, that's real stuff, man.
Wow.
So here's the deal, and I'm gonna go in.
Yeah, I didn't mean to turn it all grim, but he brought up the one song.
That's just the way life is, man. It's all good.
We had to talk about it, but I wanted to kind
Let's
of
get it happy. Let's get it happy.
Right. I wanted to bring it back in the fold. Damn. Okay. But I will talk about this, and this is something that I'm interested in. Talk to me about the cult following, man. See, a lot of people don't understand when people love you. They don't care whether you're on television. We've experienced this, and this is one of the reasons why this is going to be, and I'm going to say this in front of you. This is going to be one of my favorite interviews because we're not visual like the rest of this hip hop thing, but we are loved just as much. And a lot of people were like, I was watching something the other day, and they was like, yeah, well, Run DMC, they did this, that, and the third. No, they didn't. They did what they did, but this thing started with me, Mike, and Hank. You know what I mean? And there's not a place, there's not a point, there's not a geographical, longitudinal a point on the planet where we won't go. And there are legions of fans that are down with us. They know my name, they know my birth name, they know where I was born. I mean, so, and I'm watching, like I said, just more and more I found out about you. Your following is based on you and what you got going on. Talk to us about that, because you could have easily went the commercial route. Why didn't you do that?
Well, it's like what you said. See, in America, a lot of times we're all about what's hot right now, but they don't understand. Like, they'll think that the supposedly hot artist on the radio at the moment really is the one bringing in the crowds and bringing in this. They don't understand that there's a whole underworld of people that are actually bringing in the crowd. And that person that's hot is only hot where he's getting played on the radio in them certain sections. But there's a whole planet, there's a whole world, and there's a lot of people on that planet. So you know, those people that got every Sugar Hill vinyl, every Sugar Hill member's name, this, that, every, you know, factual data that you guys been through. You know, there's people out there that love you, but then there's a knucklehead out there that'll be like, well, what did they do lately? Well, it don't matter what they did lately, because it's about the greatness that people have accomplished in their life. And there are people out there that will grasp that and respect it, where like that whole kind of, you know, mentality, you know, celebrity mentality.
Speak freely, man. Speak freely. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That whole celebrity mentality that's, you know, brainwashed people. Oh, you're not good because I haven't seen you on this magazine cover last month, or you know, you must not have a following because you're not talked about or doing features with, you know, whoever's popping at the moment, Kanye when he was hot or whatever, you know? So a lot of people are into that really trend, and music isn't supposed to be just like fashion trendy show. It could be at times, and that's cool, but it's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be music and art and something that people share for years. And like, look at you guys got a record that played for 41 years straight. So what kind of fashion show is that? That's not a trend. A record that played 41 years straight is not a trend. So you could be hot right now, but you got a record that plays for 41 years. You know what I mean? So be hot right now. That's good for you. Get your money while you're hot. But let's see where you're at in 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, never mind 41 years. You know?
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. Man.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. And that's why I really wanted to get that out there, because, you know, for us, you know, everybody understands. And, you know, this people say, well, you know, aren't you pissed off because, you know, back in the day, you know, you guys made this kind of money, you guys did this, and now, you know, it's this, that, and other thing. And I tell people this all the time. This is my first thing. First of all, everything is going to evolve. There's never going to be nothing that's going to start out one way and end up the same way. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is our position in this situation, in this whole nation, this hip hop world is solidified. I mean, you know,
in stone for eternity.
There's, you know, 10,000 years from now, you know what I mean? We will still remain the beginning of this worldwide situation. You know what I mean? And that's a heavy badge. You know what I mean? That's a heavy medal to put on. And so at the end of the day, you know, whether I get, you know, I'm doing movies or whatever the case may be, my commodity, our biggest commodity is the world, the people in the world that love what we do. The fact we get on that stage or we meet a Sugar Hill fan and that person is, you know, grown up with the music or their life has been affected by this thing. And like you said, they're still listening to B cuts. I mean, you know, we've been in places in Germany where a cat will come out and say, you know, he'll bring me an album cover and it'll have The Word Is Out, The Lover in You, Hot Summer Day, and all of this. And like, dude, and tell me, dude, I've been listening to The Word Is Out. And like, I wrote The Word Is Out and basically threw it away because I didn't think it was anything. And then got to Germany and the cat was like, The Word Is Out. Why did you not do The Word Is Out? What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know? I'm not on the level of, I don't have nothing near to the momentum of a Rapper's Delight. But what I do have is, what you said, when you go to Germany, I got records out this year, years ago. When I go to Germany, not even Germany, Russia, Spain, right, wherever I'm, anywhere in the world, Japan, that's what they'll name records I did, little underground records, not on no Rapper Delight level, but like little indie records I put out 25 years ago, 23 years ago. Yeah, I'll be doing a show. I did a show because now they have COVID friendly shows. So I did one in Belgium this past weekend. And I'm doing one in Switzerland this weekend. But even in Belgium, they're like, why you not do this? And I'm like, yo, I haven't done that song since 1994. Do you really need me to do that one? I don't even know if I can remember the rhyme, but I'll try, you know. So yeah, like you said, these cult followings. And like I said, a mainstream non-musical person, the person who thinks they're musical, but they don't study, or they don't look to see what's in the cracks and the crevices or the history. They don't care about that. They care for the quick, trendy paycheck. But they don't understand it. Like, you're dick riding this new guy, but we're the dudes that are selling out places all over the planet Earth. So are you on the right dick or the wrong dick? You know.
Message, as Diamond would say. Message.
Yeah, you're damn right. In the underground, there's people who follow the underground and they don't even want to deal with the mainstream, because the mainstream, they feel, have sold out. I remember when I was listening to a lot of the Drake and a lot of the other guys before they came out, like, because I got young kids. So my kids play it. And then when they got to radio, they were like, it don't really sound the same. He don't sound good no more. And so I listened to a lot of shit before it was happening. My son would come home, yo, dad, check this out. Your son, see, that's where that's
the other side. But that's the other side of the problem, where some people want to be so holier than thou that they only like things when it's unpopular. Then when it gets popular, it's no good. And then the flip side of the coin is people only like what's popular because it's popular, because it must be good. And then they don't like anything that's under the radar, So you got to be a free thinker and listen to all of it and determine what the fuck you like, not what they're telling you to like or what you think is cool to like because no one else knows it. Music is music. It's not like a status symbol of this is what makes the music good. Is the music good or not? So,
I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Let me ask you this question, man. And I was just listening to a song, Mobb Deep. I was listening to a song Mobb Deep did, and it was hot as fire. And you gotta, I always tell everybody that comes on the show, because of my extreme reclusiveness, I've kind of been like in the cut, and I'm really just starting to get exposed to, the inner aspect of hip hop. And like, so, and I know this might sound crazy, but what the hell, I didn't really know about Mobb Deep till recently. I think
nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Well, you know what it is? I get a lot of stuff because of who I am. You see what I'm saying? It's like, well, if I say, I don't know a Wu-Tang song, right? I won't know the lyrics to a Wu-Tang song. They'll be like, how could you not know that? You're a master. You should know, that doesn't mean jack crap, but anyway. But talk to me. I know you work with Wu-Tang, and I know you work with Mobb Deep. What was it like?
Well, Mobb Deep, we came up together. We were kids together. We met each other about 15, 16 years old, probably. We were kids. And, I didn't expect them to blow like that. And in fact, when their first album dropped, it didn't do much. Not the second. The second one went, blew up. But the first one, it was called. They had the sickles on the cover. I forgot the name of it, but it didn't do much. And then we was in the studio, and it was like, yo, we need beats. We need, So I come out to Long Island. I'll introduce you to some producers. But then Havoc discovered. Havoc is one of the members. He discovered that, like, wait, these beats I'm making. And all of a sudden he knew he was the secret weapon, and he did that Shook Ones beat, and it's one of the hardest beats in history. And then all of a sudden, my boys, these two cats, took over the whole, New York City for a whole summer with that record, a whole year with that record. Shook Such Things as Halfway Close. Yeah. And rest in peace to Prodigy. He passed away. Yeah. He was sick since then, though. He was sick when he had that sickle cell anemia, So, but he didn't pass from that. He choked in the hospital. There was something related, but I don't know the whole full details. But Mobb Deep did great for hip hop, man, and it was a street level thing. It was kind of like paint like looking out the window of the Queensbridge projects and painting the picture with a rap vocal, So it was really unique and dope what they did, So
how was it to work with Biggie?
Well, that's a question everyone always asks, obviously, because now he's you guys know, it's like when we look at Melly Mel and all these guys as icons. But you were in the cut with them, so you look at them as like your peers. You're not like, oh, bow down to, So me and Big was the same age. He was like a year and a half older, but we was the same on the come up together. So when we was working together, I wasn't like, oh, it's Biggie Smalls. I was like, oh, the dope dude from Brooklyn, with the get, So you don't look at it like that. I always look at the people before me like, whoa, you know. But then, you know, what Puffy did with the A&R and then next thing I know, he's doing records with Michael Jackson. I was like, whoa, he's out of here. He's fucking out of here. This guy, he's out of here. Right. And then he became the hottest name in hip hop. And then, you know, the most talked about name. And now, you know, it's 26 years later, however long. And
like 20.
You know, he's considered one of the, you know, most historical figures in the culture. And what I always say too is people forget we were babies. You know, Big passed away at 24 years old. He died at 24 years old. Pac died at 25 years old. We were babies. So me and Big, 19, 20 years old, you're not like, whoa, Big, you know, you're like, yeah, yo, he's dope. That my man is dope. That's you know, you know, but now it like people, you know, especially after they pass, they become this untouchable, iconic figure. And Biggie's you know, an untouchable, iconic figure now. So it was like working with him at the time was like working with, you know, whoever's dope, you know.
Right. It's like me doing a track with Mel. And, you know, us rocking together, you know, being on stage or something. It's like, you know, Mel is my brother, you know, like we, you know, we're like a family, you know, we're family, you know, so it's not, you know, the same. We don't have, it's like I tell people, we're never going to experience this the way that the rest of the world experiences is this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. For me to work with Mel, let's say, or for me to, you know, be friends with Kane, let's say, you know, Kane is a good friend and we kick it, you know, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't have the same effect as somebody said, oh, crap, it's Master G and Big Daddy Kane together. Oh my God. You know, exactly. It's like, no, it's like it's Kane, you know.
Exactly. You know? That's how I feel about the 90s era guys. I was right. You know, they, you know, and there's a competitive thing with all of them. You go, oh, I'll beat him. Let's be, you know, even though you're friends, you know. So there's that thing. You're not like, whoa, man. You know, you're like, hey, come on, Mike's, you know. So it's always that thing, you know. So yeah, but like you said, you named Kane. You know, he was before me, and you know, I was a young kid, and when Kane first dropped, he was doing all those flows. So one time I was doing a festival in Czech Republic, and Kane was on stage, and he was like, how many y'all here to see R.A. the Rugged Man? He shouted me out on the stage, and I was like, oh shit, Kane just shouted me. Like, you know, I fanboy out sometime, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're official too, man. Come on. Don't get all gassed to Kane just shout you out. But nah, Kane was one of my idols because you know, that was the age when I really started picking up the pen. And even before Kane, MC Shan, I know he's not like on the pedestal for many, but I was a little kid, and Shan's Down by Law, you know, and Marley's beats, I was memorizing all the rhymes on that stuff. So you know, the whole Juice crew, which was a different world from what you guys were doing. You know, rap was changing. So, you know, rap was just changing every year, you know.
It is.
But the thing about it is,
man, something different, you know.
Well, the thing about it is that as that time, as it went on, as it continued to go on, as it continues to go on, each person had more freedom. You know, that's part of the reason why it changed. See, we were so restricted, man. You know, like on Eighth Wonder, you know, it's like, you know, let's you know, with the beat on there, everybody, let's rock this out, because this keep it, you know, quick, let's make this record the show. It was the show shit. That was the word. But we couldn't say that. You know what I mean? That's so they beeped it out. You know, it's like, let's get this thing to do, you know, and everybody's like, ooh,
yeah, but like homeboy was saying too, he said that you guys you even said that like the label was not as far as thug, but they was keeping you cleaner, squeakier clean, image wise and vocal performance wise, delivery. Like you guys would have kind of took it out the box a little different, but you guys wanted to keep it. I mean, the label was kind of trying to keep you round and happy rap, like
without question. As you grow older, you know what I mean. I started when I was 17. By the time I was 19, I had seen, you know, a whole lot of different things, and I experienced some different things. And you writing lyrics, you know, as a writer, you write about what you feel. You write about what you're experiencing. So, as I was trying to write about other things, I would get, oh, no. Oh, no. We ain't doing that. Keep it, keep it party. My thing was, you're the girl, you're the ladies' man. So, write about that, rock that. Whereas I was looking at things and seeing things. And by this time I had traveled the world and I had views and opinions and all this other stuff. And I had this platform to, be able to express myself, but I wasn't given that freedom. You know what I mean? We wanted to start producing our own stuff. Mike and I tried to produce a couple of songs. They shelved them. You know what I'm saying? It was very, like they kept us in a box. So as, the invent of artists becoming, the label, Puffy, et cetera, Russell with Def Jam and, all of this difference, as that started to happen, we, now if I'm an artist and I'm giving another artist an opportunity to record, now I'm gonna be like, yo, say what you got to say. You know what I mean? And then with the I call it the code level changing, going from, you couldn't say things that were risky on television, cable came out, all these different things happened over that period of time. You could say what you wanted to say. And that's what I think also added to the popularity of the music. You know what I mean? Because there's a certain level of acceptance for party music. Don't get me wrong. I love it. It's my thing. It's our thing. But at the same time, people want more. It's like, okay, yeah, we partying, but you guys are now our figure. You guys are our person. You're the person that I'm tuning into. Give me something. That's why I was so impressed when Mel and them did the message, because I was very envious in a positive way.
Street pictures, what they saw in their circles.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like,
look at a great champion, Joe Louis, compared to Muhammad Ali. Joe Louis was just as great as he was great, but hey, you got to keep it clean. Don't say the wrong things. Be clean. And then Ali was like, boom, fuck that. I'm doing this. I'm down with Farrakhan. I'm changing my name. I'm saying what I want to say. So,
it was very much like that with us. Same thing.
Yeah.
To believe me, there were efforts made. I tried to write a love song, but everybody credits LL with a love song.
No, but the song came out. What's the song?
Lover and You.
Yeah, Lover and You. Yeah.
No, that was a concoction of Sylvia and me. I had a song about, even if the sun don't shine or people try to blow your mind, there's nothing in the world that I wouldn't do to let you know how much I love you. I love you. I had written this song about, it was a love song.
Yeah.
And I cut the song and the whole 9 yards, and it was, and they was like, nah, you ain't doing that. There's no way in hell you're gonna release that song. You know what I mean? So and then later on, LL came out with, that I Need Love. So there you go.
But it was the same thing even in the 90s. It wasn't as strict as Sugar Hill, obviously, but when I was doing stuff and I was signing to majors all throughout the 90s, I was signing to Jive and Priority and Capitol and all this stuff. And it was the same game where, like, you'd be like, yo, let's do this street record with Kool G Rap and this person. Well, Kool G Rap doesn't do nothing for the radio. We got to do this, and you're like, yo, but it's a dope street record. No, but, or let's try to do this. And it's like, no, we need this JT Money type of chorus to, get it popping like that, or we need to, so, they wouldn't they wanted the 2-3 songs that they could sync into your project, and they didn't care about any of the other work. They wanted this, that, and if you didn't deliver this, then the money wasn't getting put in. And that's how a lot of rap careers fell apart, because they didn't have the access to just make whatever they wanted to make. And right now, like the internet show the whole world what they want to make. They'd have to do it where a corporate record label, whether it was indie or not, it was still, they had to make it to fit in their box. And if their box decided that this is what they want to promote, then they'll put money behind that. So you had to do exactly what the record label wanted and how they wanted it, or they wouldn't put the money behind it. So a lot of people say, oh, that rapper had a short life because he only had 2 albums. It's like, yeah, you don't understand the times. It's not like today where you could put 5 albums out independently and 3, and this was like, if the label wouldn't put your album out, who the fuck is putting it out? Who's putting it out? Yeah. So that's the short life. It's not the artist lacking talent or skill. It's the artist lacking connection, the money and freedom. Yeah, freedom to do whatever the hell they wanted to do. And rap was young too. When a culture's just getting started, they they don't have faith in the artists. They don't have that. They say, oh, we know what's best because you guys are just some street thing that's some trend that happened in the street. We know the business side. You shut up and give us what we want and we'll make it happen for you. You know, so after years of that, you know, few decades, they finally go, oh, you know what? Those rappers might know a little more than we know about what's cool, you know?
Exactly.
You know?
Because Raw, half of them come from, you know, somebody doing a personal favor or, you know, somebody's nephew or brother-in-law, they put it in that position to start with. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely don't keep their ears to the streets.
Yeah.
You know, so they go from what they hear on the radio or something like that, you know?
Oh, we done touched the nerve because look at him. He's like, oh, what is it, man? Go ahead.
No, I remember all of that stuff. My A&R was like this 50-year-old Jewish guy, Jeff Fenster. And like he came from rock, he like, and I handed in a record. He was like, "This is great." And then the next day, he was like, "My ears to the street say this record isn't tight." You know, I was like, "He was loving the record. What the fuck you mean?" You know, and then his ears to the street was like this like rich white girl that used to bang a lot of rappers. You know, so that was like his ear to the street. You know, so,
right.
Rich girl. That's your ear to the street.
We had a person that had their ears to the street. And they thought they could hear stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
Did you intend to be controversial or did it just happen?
Yeah,
I wanted to know that.
Yes, because when I was a baby, it was even after like, you know, Sugarhill and all that happened was when you know, remember they started the tip of Gores and they were having all these meetings with Congress. It'd be like John Denver and Frank Zappa and Twisted Sister would have to fight and they would say, you know, put the stickers on every record and Ice-T, you know, promotes killing cops and horror movies will make you kill people and turn you satanic and heavy metal will kill you. And, you know, so hip hop, I was like, I kind of was in this mentality, like to just F everybody. So I went a little, when I was a teenager, I went a little too extreme with it. And I don't love all my old stuff, you know, because I was, you know, I thought to teach them a lesson was to just go over the top extreme in every way. And that wasn't the way either. So my teen years was all party rocking. And then I kind of went a little extreme. And then, you know, and then when I was on the label, they was against everything. So then I went even more extreme to fight the label. And then you just hate everybody and hate the world. So you're going even more crazier. So, but then as you get a little age under your belt, you learn how to split the difference and you can still piss them off with things, but you could also do it kind of artistically and smart, you know, and still piss them off, you know? So.
Right.
No,
the goal is still to piss them off.
Yeah.
How are you faring, man, with the way that the world is moving now, man? I mean, like, you know, with everything happening, and you know, you have a soul. I call it a universal soul. Everybody doesn't have a universal soul. You follow what I'm saying? What'll happen is a person will tend to favor one kind of living or one kind of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, and because you travel, because you've seen and you know things and you've experienced things, you have what I call a universal soul. So how is that being affected by, you know, the world that we're living in now?
Well, the main thing right now is the finances, because I dropped the album and it got really great critical acclaim. And I heard the producers from England, the record went number 3 on the R&B charts independently in England. And it charted number 22 top seller in US on Billboard, all of this stuff. Right. It got all this critical acclaim. But as you guys know, you know, the damn shows, that's where you know, so after the album dropped, I wanted to be on the road every single day you know, put that money in the bank and get it, you know, set my kids up off this album. But, you know, it happened to everybody. We all got everything shook up. And, you know, man, I've been there before where, you know, okay, things don't go your way. You gotta figure it out. So right now I'm just working on visuals to post on the internet to keep the buzz going a little bit. So hopefully when more shows start happening, like last week was the first concert I was able to do since Corona hit. and since my album dropped, and it was kind of emotional. It was sold out, but it was, the seats were only half.
Right.
They can't have a full place. And then what I didn't know is you can't tell them to jump because they're supposed to sit. I didn't know that they couldn't stand. So I made a joke. I said, what, is Corona like up here, but not down here? Like, so if they sit, it's okay. Like, what do you mean? Because I was like, get up, jump. And then the guy's like, yo, they're not allowed to get out the seat. I'm like, well, energy, okay, so we're going to still rock. So, you got to adapt to that. It's a different show now, because obviously, from the beginning, it's about show rocking and getting them hyped, get the crowd hype. So now when you're not allowed to get the crowd too hype, you got to adapt to that. What do you do now? You got, okay, I'm going to just rap really good and kind of interact with you, but I'm not allowed to let you go crazy. How the hell is that a rap show? So you got to figure it out. It's a new ball game,
I see. And we haven't really been performing. So this is news, really. I mean, especially
we only had the one performance in Boston.
Yeah, we did the one in Boston, but that was the private event. And it was a private event, and so they were kind of able to do their own thing. You know what I mean? I mean, it was still, socially, relevant in times, but they were, at Rocket. So to hear about that, and because we haven't been out the country since, and normally we're out the country.
Well, the only reason I get away with that is because my kids are here. So when I go to the airport, if I bring my proof that my kids are in the European Union and I'm going to see my children, they can't say, no, you're not allowed to see your kids. So I come, I be with my kids, and then my promoter in Europe will be like, the only American rapper we have here is R.A.
Right.
But it's still not working out that good. I was supposed to have, my tour was supposed to be April, and that's when all the lockdowns happened. Then the tour got postponed till October, and 30 of the Euro shows got taken out to 2 shows, and because they're all rescheduled now. Supposedly the tour is supposed to happen again in April again, but we'll see what the hell the world is. So
the numbers how are the numbers going up? Are the numbers changing over there?
I think not. It's all, they're doing a little better here. There's less fear here, it's people are taking precautions, people wear the masks, but America, everybody would I'd be in Europe. When it first started, I'd take my kids outside the house for a bike ride, away from everybody. And I put a clip, my kids are wilding, and people in America would be like, you're going to kill my grandmother. Get in your house. And I'm like, yo, I'm in Germany. I'm not even near a human being. Calm the fuck down. I'm not killing your grandmother. I know we're all scared right now. I know the whole world's in fear, but America has an extra dose of fear. I don't know. It's like they're always.
The thing about Americans.
It doesn't help that we got an idiot, running the country right now.
That too. We have the game show host talking reckless every day of his life. So yeah.
But also too, man, America always have had a overly overzealous way about everything. You know what I mean?
We're Hollywood. We are Hollywood. Hollywood is in America. This is we're the kings of dramatics and making things sensational.
Yeah,
I think there's one point to that, and then there's also a point to safety. Like if you get to the point where, as they've told them, don't send the kids back to school, they send them back to school, and what are we getting? The numbers are going up because you're having that type of interaction. The thing about this disease that's crippling is that it cripples the world, the way that the world functions, the way that everything functions. A person can't go to the hospital because now they're afraid that you might be bringing COVID in with you. Yeah. So, it's something that once the general, it's like throwing that pebble in the water. Once those ripples start, you really can't stop them until they reach the shore. Yeah, and once you drop people in and the thing starts to grow, people are starting to go out. I live in a part of Bergen County in New Jersey where it was like ground zero, and the people are outside just still doing what they're doing, no mask sometimes. And I always look. I'm not one of those persons that go, yo, put your mask on, but like I see where the pebble could start. And then once the shit starts, like hospitals are shut down. So if you got a regular person that has, let's say, just some simple bullshit going on, an allergy, get bit by a fucking bee, whatever the hell it is, when the shit starts, it becomes so nasty that now that person can't even go get help from the hospital. Yeah, so I just say a little bit more safety. You ain't saying you got to be crazy with it, but at least pay attention so that it's not.
Yeah, I think there's an in between where you got the guys that'll scream in your face if you wear a mask, like you're a sheep, you're wearing a mask. You're like, shut up, you idiot. I posted a picture of me on a plane, and on a plane you have to wear a mask to go on a plane. It's the law, or you're not allowed on a plane. And I posted it on the Instagram, and some knucklehead psychopath get on there like, you're such a sheep, you're with a mask. I'm like, so you want me to hide and sit on my couch? I'm on a plane. You legally have to wear a mask. And if the people on the plane are comfortable with me wearing a mask and for their own safety, whether you believe in it or not, whatever the hell you think, like, what's wrong with, hey, I'm going to put this on. And then the same thing with the show. At the sound check, they said, when you walk to here, you got to wear the mask. So I said, hey, I'm at sound check. I had the mask on. And then you get these crazy anti-mask people who like are so offended by the mask. It's like, yo, like, Jesus Lord, so
you can't be safe with or without. But it's pretty damn funny that what you call him, the game show host.
Yeah, or the apprentice guy.
The game show host. Well, he was a funny character without that mask, but notice you see him with it on now, don't you?
Yeah.
Got a little take. And me and him were having this discussion before, and because he came out with saying, keep, put your balls back on, get out there, be a little safe. But what was so funny about it is that this dude's been getting all them weird cocktails from the beginning, and he still caught this thing, regardless of it all. So he didn't really understand it. But you see, it's like getting slapped upside the fucking head. You turn around now.
Yeah.
Trump is like. Oh, go ahead, sir.
What you say, Phil?
I was just going to say that the bottom line is that everybody don't have the health care that he has. He can't. Everybody just can't jump in a helicopter and fly to Walter Reed and have like 15 doctors there at your beck and call. And you got your own suite when you get there. Come on, man.
You know who Trump is like? Did you ever go online and you read comments and it's like all these like really stupid, ignorant comments about things that they don't know about, and you're like, oh, okay. It's like it's almost like one of these idiots in the comments became the president of the United States, and his opinion matters all of a sudden. Like the idiot in the comments is the president of the United States, and that an opinion matters now. Like, come on, man.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this question. I'm calling it's RA, man. Y'all calling him Ra. It's RA. That's
a lot of people call me Rob, but
no.
Yeah,
but RA.
Yeah. Thank you, Master P.
Anyway, I can tell people all the time. Some people be calling me Mike. You know what I mean? They'll be like, "What up, Mike?" No, man, it ain't Mike. Mike. He's Mike. I'm G. And they'll call him G.
The funny thing is now because of the internet, you see things going on. Cool Rock Ski from the Fat Boys. He's in shape now. He's skinny. He's muscular. He's in shape. Oh, wow. So anywhere he goes with Prince Marky D, the Puerto Rican Fat Boy.
Yeah.
Nobody knows this. The people be like, "Oh, get out taking the picture with the Fat," and he's like, "Yo, that's Cool Rock Ski." And he said he was backstage with EPMD, and EPMD was like, "Yo, you mind if we get this picture?" And they're like, "Yo, that's Rock." Oh shit! Nobody recognized him because he's muscular now.
That's funny.
Let me ask you this, man. All right, tell me your thoughts on social media. I have a love-hate relationship.
I'm exactly the same. It's worse and it's better. The worst part is that you get the whole world just trying to tear everybody down and tear everything down, and terrible, horrible opinions are valid all over the planet. And then on the flip side is you get tons of information that you wouldn't have been able to get without it. You have access to the world. You have access to, sharing your art easily. So, it's a, what's it called, a blessing and a curse, and two sides.
Monk. I don't know if you watch Monk, but Monk is my favorite detective, and that's what he says about his talents. It's a blessing and a curse. That's what he tells people.
Yeah, I never saw Monk. I heard of it.
Watch it. It's hilarious. You gotta watch it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Does it come on over there?
Well, the internet, I'm sure I could get it here on the internet.
You can get Monk anywhere.
Yeah.
So listen, okay, now, and I'm gonna get a little bit heavy. The crisis, man. I live in a pretty upscale area. You know what I mean? It's very hoity-toity in my area, and so it was amazing for me to drive down the street of these beautiful homes and see a Black Lives Matter sign like in this cat's yard, and he is like, John Q, like upscale public, man. Are you being affected by this, man? I mean, because this is the first time in my life, okay, and I need to say this. This is the first time in my life that I've actually physically seen this thing transcend, into real America, if you want to call it.
You're talking about an anti-police brutality campaign worldwide right now? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, it's a beautiful thing that well, it's the same thing what you said too. We were talking about the internet. So now you get to see the true colors of so many like the ugly minds and racism that you didn't know people who were racist. Like I have I have like a cop cousin, and I always thought, he's a good guy. He comes out the den, he's good. But then you go to his posts, and it's like it's not just pro police brutality. It's like some, you're like, yo. And I actually went, now you go, you comment. I said, you're a fucking disgrace, man. And he blocked me. I'm like, you're a fucking cop. You can't even take a fucking comment, I'm like, you're a fucking disgrace, because then as you see, obviously, everyone's seeing, any Black person that's killed, all of a sudden they villainize the Black person. They try to dig up any excuse why it was okay that the police forces murdered this Black person, and they don't question the police person. They question, oh, that person must have been a terrible person, and the police did a good job. It's like, even at first with George Floyd, they were like, oh yeah, that was a terrible thing. And even the people who didn't want to say that was saying it because they figured they had to. But then like couple weeks go by, and all of a sudden, like, oh, his family's getting 18 million. They won the ghetto lottery, or whatever, like this, and it's like, wait, I thought this was then look at this other angle. You got to admit, George Floyd was an idiot. Like, you see, if you dig through online, you see like something that we all universally saw, a man's neck stepped on for 8 minutes. How is that even debatable that it wasn't horrific and terrible? But it becomes, even if everyone at first is, oh yeah, sure, that was terrible. You see these racists come out of the woodwork, one after the other, and then there's this other thing going on in social media where like, it's like subliminal, like Trump did it. Subliminal racism, where it's like, oh, how come they're not talking about this? And it'll be a Black guy beating up a guy working at like a shopping center or something. And it's like, well, what? Because it's a guy, people beat up people all the time. Like, what does this have to do with a cop killing somebody? A random Black person in the store beating up a fucking clerk. Yeah, that's terrible what he did. But what does that have to do to
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, R.A., just this morning, I just heard on the news, man, that the sheriff of Michigan, I know you probably heard about this, that they caught like maybe 10 or maybe somewhere between 10 and 15 guys who they wanted to kidnap the governor of Michigan.
I heard about that one.
Yeah.
I don't know details behind it. I just heard something about it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So they got busted, right? So then they had the sheriff, he gave an interview, and the sheriff said, well, I don't know if you could call it kidnapping. He said, who knows? Maybe they had a right to try to arrest her. Can you believe this?
I didn't hear that.
On air and said that.
Yeah, they defend everything, And then the white boy that went to the thing, Kyle, whatever, with the guns. Did you see that a couple weeks back? And he shot the dude in the head, and they said, well, he was getting attacked. So he had the right to do it, and he's a hero. You see all these people, oh, this white boy's a hero because he fought for himself. But meanwhile, if a young black kid gets shot in the head 9 times by a fucking cop, they'll go, well, the kid stole candy at a store 5 minutes before. But they don't check the white boy Kyle, who illegally entered a state with weapons that he legally was not allowed to have. And then he shoots somebody, and he was going there to torment, to hey, I'm the tough guy. So you don't check his background. Of course, right away, he's correct. He's right. The white boy, he should have did it. He's a hero. But the black kid that gets shot in the head and murdered by a cop, he was a bad kid. He was.
Do you write about that? All right. Do you write about stuff like that?
Oh, hold up. Hey, baby mama, I'm doing a show with the Sugarhill Gang, and I'm almost done, and I'm gonna hop in the cab the second it's over. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Cool. All right. Yeah. I told her I was gonna be there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we understand.
Because my son's sick. I said, oh, I got one interview, and I'm gonna come over right after that. So it's all good, you know.
We're gonna wrap it up. We understand.
No, she'll understand. I told her I'm on the phone with the Sugarhill Gang. It's all good.
Right.
but all right.
Go ahead, Don.
Have you written about stuff like this? I mean, the issue really needs to be addressed for all. You know, I mean, just to maybe even as precaution. I mean, if you say that people are listening and people are paying attention, sometimes the message is easier given from a platform.
Yeah. Well, you know, I try in my songs, I try to do my little tweets, whatever I could do. But yeah, I don't know. You mean you're talking about writing articles for a paper or something, or for a website?
Your platform is your voice, is your microphone.
In your music.
Your music. That's your platform. And when they listen to you from that platform, so even if you just from a message to the police to a message to people getting out of their cars for safety, how to do it or what have you. I tell people all the time, you know, you need to be aware of how to be safe in the car when you're getting pulled over or what have you, or just the things to look out for. And maybe your platform is a place to speak to.
I write a lot of there's a lot of anti-police brutality in my verses and songs. Your song sounds a little bit more conscious, where you could say, hey, listen, you know, when it's time to step out that car, boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. You know, and that's the other ignorant argument they give too. It's like, well, he should have acted the way he was supposed to, and that wouldn't. It's like, yeah, but the police job is not to execute you for acting a certain way. That's not.
I understand. It's like there was a debate one.
Some people aren't right in the head. Some people aren't right in the fucking head. And some people have anxiety. Some people can't, you know, hold it in and be cool and calm. Some people, fuck you. Like some people aren't you.
But you know, at the same time, that person that's at your window is not every cop. Just like you're not every person. Just like Guy is not every person. I'm not every black person.
Yeah.
So that person at your window.
Well, every cop, if it is the good cop, he'll say, "Hey, Guy, calm down a little bit. Let's you know." And if he sees somebody's rowdy, his first reaction isn't going to be like, "Shoot him in the head." He's going to be like, "Okay, we have a situation here, and now I'm going to have to use my skills and my you know, and do my job. My job isn't to brutalize and murder anybody that." You know, and then they'll do that excuse of like, well, he might have been scared that he wouldn't go home to see his kids that night, so the cop had to kill an unarmed person.
I think, you know, when it comes to that, and you know, like how you
it's not a legit argument what I was saying.
It's not. It's almost like you have to be able to see through that person, like walk in that person's shoes for 3 seconds. I'm not talking about somebody who's just a bloodthirsty fuck up. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the person who goes to work every day and actually does the job. So there are good people, like people say, oh, well, they just don't need to have police. There are people who are waiting for that moment that there are.
Mine.
Yeah, but even when did you see the police commissioner in New York State when he was like playing the victim, and it was, I had all the cops behind, rather than saying, listen, we know we have a history of screwing up. We're going to try our best for the people. There's too much ego, and the whole police department, New York force was like, you guys are treating us like animals and we're not going to deal with it. It's like, that's what people can't deal with cops, is the ego and the God complex and like their superiority thing. And they're so emotional. You're not supposed, if you're supposed to guard and help the people, you can't be an emotional bitch. And the first thing is to inflict violence. That's not, you know, and you're saying not everybody's like that.
This is a delicate balance. And the only reason I speak about this is because I lived it. Yeah. So I understand it. So so that's why I'm speaking on it, because I'm trying to give you a little education on the mindset. Because when you go to the academy, they don't tell you just go whip everybody's ass. That's the individual. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Just like you're an individual, everybody here on this screen is an individual. So some people take the shit the right way. Yeah. And then there's some people who take the shit and they got locked up in their locker, or their ass got whipped in school and now they got a gun and a badge. So now shit has changed.
Yeah. So let me get this done, because I got a question. I wanted this question. I want to ask this question.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Diamond, were you a cop or something? Were you?
Yeah.
Oh shit! There you go. All right, this interview's over.
That's why I was trying to give you the education. Only reason.
No, and I knew he was going there. But this is from one.
I was like in the middle of the cop. I'm like, I'm talking to a cop right now. This guy.
All right. No.
I'm sorry.
I gotta tell this story. When we did the story with the guy that
Spain.
Oh,
yeah. We went shopping with this cat, right? And this cat, they had been doing drugs all day long. We went in the hotel room and they had, each table had drugs on it. He said, "Oh, we got cocaine."
Wait, you're a cop too?
No, just that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he said, "What do you want? Get anything you want." We said, no, we could, man, we could. So we went shopping, right? The guy had been getting high all day. I mean,
the whole time we were there.
The whole time we was there, right? We went in the store. Diamond was buying his wife something. He pulled out his wallet and he saw that badge. He said, "Oh shit!"
He thought it was a bust. He turned bad, and he was like the drug kingpin over there. It's crazy. I was like, no. This is what I do someplace else, man. Don't worry about it.
All right. Like when I get ready to go on stage, I kind of like it quiet. I like to be very, very quiet. You know what I mean? I try to, like, in our dressing room, you come in our dressing room, and a lot of people, they think, because we're rappers, you want
to smoke, you want to drink, you want to party, you want to hang with girls. No, I want you to shut the fuck up and leave me alone for 10 minutes. I'm the exact same.
Just give me some time. I need to just get into this, man. I need to transition. What is your like pre-show?
1000% what you just said. That same thing. Like, let me rest my damn mind. Like I'll sign your pictures. I'll take an autograph. I mean, I take a picture. I'll do it all. But right now, leave me I'm not trying to be a diva. Just let me get my space and chill. Maybe drink a little tea for my voice, eat a lemon, like chill, no talking. And but I the promoter. I got you, promoter. I'm going to show you love. Just give me a fucking... Yeah, same exact shit, man. Same exact as you.
All right.
You paid me.
That limit.
We'll get back to that. You paid me to do my thing. So this is how I do my thing. Yeah. Get away from me. No. But I want you to meet my friend. It's okay, right? I'm sitting there. I'm trying to get right. And here he comes with his buddy, who now, because he's the promoter, he can bring his friend in the dressing room. No, man. Yeah. No.
They think if they pay you that you're their boy for the night. Like, take pictures with my whole family. Like I will. I'm not an ego. None of that shit. Me and you the same exact at this, man. So yeah.
Oh, and you don't know the shit that I get behind that, man. What's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with
like you got an ego. Exactly. It's no ego. I got you 1000%, but I'm about to perform. I want, like, what's more important, the picture of you and your friend, or the 400 people waiting for us to rock right now? Like, let me get right for them. You know, let me get right for them.
Let me give you what you paid me to do.
This
is how it happens. This is the process. You know, people say, well, this is how the magic happens. Well, if you want the damn magic to happen, let me put the goddamn trick together.
This is the first time I thought of this one. That's like, say you about to get an operation from a doctor. Like, wait, take a picture with my family first. Like, yo, I'm about to do surgery. Get the fuck off my dick.
Right. And Rod, the worst is that you could be sitting down trying to enjoy your meal, right? And they come up to you and they say, I don't mean to be rude, but can you take a picture? Can I have this photo with you? You don't mean to be rude. Well, you are being rude. If you asking me to take a picture and I'm trying to eat my food.
I don't mean to
that performance thing, man, it drives me up the wall, man, because the preconceived notion of who you are to the world or to an individual, you know what I mean? It's like, you got to be this way because I watched it on TV and I see it. This is how so-and-so does it. And this is how Blase Smitty does it. And this is how do does it. So you got to be the same way.
They love to name drop other artists. A lot of times after the show, the promoter will be like, I will pay you to rap on my song. I have a studio, and they offer you some low money and you say no. And then they'll name drop so-and-so did it. And so-and-so, like, so pay them for 5 more songs. Leave me the fuck alone. You know, like stop name dropping other people. That's not me. I said no.
Right.
You know?
Oh my God, that drives me crazy. You know, well, when so-and-so was here, you know,
so-and-so, it's a different person.
He's so-and-so. I'm Ubu. You know, we two different people, man. Hey, Rock, all right. This has been amazing. I want to thank you because, like I said, I was looking forward to it. I love controversy, unbeknownst to the world, because I'm so
the only controversy on this show was me versus Diamond with the cop shit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing with you, Diamond.
No. It's all good, bro. I'm just trying to make sure that you did understand that there are other folks. That's what we all forget.
Yes, Diamond.
You know, and it's, I think that once people understand that they have a mutual respect for each person, the person has respect for them and the cop has respect for them, I think we'll have a better ground.
Yeah, but the flip side of that is the person, and I'm not saying he shouldn't, but the citizen doesn't need to have respect for the cop. That's not the law. And I'm not saying he shouldn't.
No, I'm saying respect.
The cop has to swallow the ego if somebody's disrespectful in the world to them, because their job is to take care of the public and the people. Right. So if somebody's not respectful, it's not a fight now. It's hey, this guy is
on and on about this.
That's part of the job.
I gotta cut you off.
No more cop. Hey, real quick, let's give a shout out to Jay Quan from Virginia.
Jay Quan.
One of the great historians, and like I said, I learned some stuff just about you guys recently listening to Jay Quan with the Tito Puentes at the end of Sugarhill Groove, and Dizzy Gillespie coming down and playing, like, you know.
Yes.
So I just wanted to shout him out because there's so much knowledge out that cat, you know.
Jay is amazing. He's a phenomenal guy. Like I said, I just saw him at the art gallery, the hip hop art gallery that I was working with in DC. So, hey man, look. Thank you so much for being a part of this. This is a new thing for us, and it's exciting because we have an opportunity to talk to cats like yourself. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Let's thank R.A. the Rugged Man one more time, man, for being a part of the Sugarhill Gang Podcast. And I'm going to say, man, thanks for everybody to tune in. I appreciate everybody. We love you for loving us. And I'm going to say, we out of this thing. Say good night, Diamond.
Good night, Diamond.
Good night, everybody. Peace, everybody.
Say good night, Hen Dog.
Wakanda forever, baby.
Wakanda forever. Say good night, Rob.
Good night, everybody. Good night, Diamond. Good night, Hen Dog.
All right. Good night, y'all. Peace out. This is Master G. This is Sugarhill Gang Podcast.